Well, good evening, John.
Good evening, Ben.
Good evening, Adam.
Good evening.
How are we all this evening?
Very good, thank you.
No Friday afternoon show. We've had the afternoon off. We've been going and unceremoniously killing bad players on Fortnite, haven't we?
Oh, you have. I didn't do that this afternoon. I was busy doing other things.
I wasn't talking about this afternoon. I was talking about an hour and a half ago when I logged into Fortnite and found you and Vaughan running around killing people.
It's your duty.
Shalini says it's fecking cold. It is cold. It is winter. Winter has grasped us with its
fingerless gloves.
It's got that habit of getting cold in the winter.
It does, yeah. That's why I've got this. I've got the convector heater, and I can just go.
Are you wearing? Oh no, you're not wearing a jumper. You're wearing that stupid child thing.
Yeah, £1, £2, £3, £4.
That's enough of that then.
That's enough. That's enough.
Get subscribing to Ko-fi right now.
Send peppermints to Ben.
Or it's cold.
We just need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
But it is cold, right? And people have to help me warm up and fondle these balls. Come on, people. We'll talk about that later. Anyhow, John, introduce the show.
Well, good evening to everyone. Welcome to this. The show that gives you that little je ne sais quoi, a little bit of extra, a certain piquancy, a little bit of sauce. Welcome to Chasing Dissent. All in.
I do like that intro, John. I do. You did
Thank
good.
You.
did
Thank
good.
You, Ben. Thank you. I told you I'd do a better one than you.
I didn't go. Those words did not come out of my mouth.
Doesn't matter. It was implied, and I'm taking it. Thank you, Ben. I'll accept that most graciously. Can they hear your audio during that? No.
They can't hear mine. No.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
No, they can't. They
Could
can't.
you sound like the little engine that could?
What,
you
what?
Maybe you should leave your radio up and let the audience think, what the fuck is going on in the background?
I don't think so, okay? They don't need that. They don't need that.
No, they do not. They do not.
They do not indeed. And I mean, oh, look, Spencer's in the chat. Hi, Spencer.
Hello, Spencer. I haven't seen you for ages, mate.
Well, I saw him in the supermarket the other day, but other than that,
I know, you told me.
I haven't seen. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you, Shalini. It's nice to see you. Someone 737373737373737373737.
Oh, we like someone 7373737. But thank you, and we mean that most sincerely. Thank you very, very much.
We've got some lurkers as well.
Oh, we do like a lurker. Hello, lurkers. If you are lurking, put your opinions in the chat. Get involved. Have a laugh with us. That's what this is. This Friday night show is more about. It's just anything and everything. We're going to go over some things we've been over earlier in the week in a more candid and fun and funny.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something wrong there.
What do you want me to say? Hi, Steph, right?
I thought you were going to say it was more about them than us, and I was going to say, no, it's not. It's always about us. I need double doors.
What is going on then? What is going on?
Gonna need double doors.
I'm just gonna. I'm getting into the spirit of things right now.
No, Jibber Jabber was lurking.
I do like a lurker. Hello, lurkers. Hello, Jibber Jabber. Hello, Shalini. Hello, Steph. Right,
actually,
and all of you.
Shalini, I'd like to introduce to someone 737373 because I think someone 737373 may be coming close to overtaking you as our most ardent and prolific supporter.
Really? Because I haven't seen any. What have you not been telling me?
I've told you. I've told you.
You know what it is.
You liar. Oh, I don't like this T-shirt. I think it makes me look fat.
John, we are
or is
fat.
it just my fat that makes me look fat?
John, we are fat. Right?
Does this make me look fat, darling? No, your fat makes you look fat, you old bastard.
It's the blocks of cheese, John, that make you look fat.
I'll tell you what.
What blocks of cheese?
I saw you that time eating a block of cheese.
You were
There's
eating a
nothing wrong with eating cheese. Fat doesn't make you fat. This thing about you are what you eat is a complete misnomer.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I mean, I just today I ate 2 mini blocks of Cathedral City extra mature cheddar. Went straight to my hips, though. But you know,
No. The problem you have, Ben, is when you combine sugar and fat. That is the worst possible combination.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I ate most of a roast chicken tonight. It was lovely.
What did you do with the rest of it?
The rest of it went out for the poor badgers.
Jesus Christ! Don't feed the badgers cooked food.
It was only like entrails and giblets and things.
Oh, did you cook them? No.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't feed wild animals cooked food. Their digestive system is not designed to be eating cooked food. It's like dogs. Dogs are not designed to eat cooked food.
They tip over the bins and they eat all that out of the bins, so they're not that fussy, to be honest.
Well, don't fucking... Yes, I know they're not fussy. Dogs aren't fussy either. But that doesn't mean that they're designed to eat cooked food. They're not. It doesn't do them any good whatsoever. They're better eating fucking raw stuff because their stomachs are like... I mean, we've got really acidic stomachs. I mean, our stomachs are around the pH level of battery acid. And yet, dogs is like double ours.
Well, normally all they get is raw veg. So this is a real change for them. They're probably like celebrating.
Well, they're probably actually going, what's this shit? This tastes like rubber.
Yeah, they're going, what is this? Look, what is this pish? Fuck off, Adam.
Badger cam yet?
Yeah, no, because we have promised them repeatedly a 24/7 live stream channel called Badger Town under our banner. Where is it?
Where's the live stream?
Where's Badger Town?
I do have Android cam on this, so I could just take this stream and go outside and we could explore the badgers live.
No, let's not do that right now.
No, we're not doing that. Right, no. If you want to do that, you do it on your own fucking channel. You're not fucking taking me badger exploring, right?
You showed an interest, John, so that's it. The channel is now Badger Town.
I showed an interest in the technology, not the fucking badgers, right?
We'll rebrand later on tonight.
So anyway,
Badger Town.
Anyway, what I was going to say is, but you can't use your phone for a 24/7 live stream.
No.
I mean, one, that phone would cook.
Yeah, it would.
You know, if you tried to do that, and two, you use your phone for other things.
Come on down to Badger Town.
My brother gets badgers which destroyed his garden. Yes, indeed, Trudy, that has happened on occasion. I've also seen other things destroy people's garden, like sheep and cows.
John is only in grumps mode right now because he hasn't had quite enough wine yet, Shalini. We'll get there.
Why do you think I'm in grumps mode?
Because you're always in bloody
Why does she
grumps
think I'm
mode.
in grumps mode? She just get. I mean,
okay,
you need to chill out, Shalini. You need to chill out.
Stop!
I'm not
stop!
in grumps
Stop!
mode.
Stop!
I'm just in
Stop!
mode.
Stop! Let everybody reset because let's face it. I'm actually gonna. I
was actually in a good mood till she said I was in grumps mode.
John, I'm gonna interject on your behalf. I'm gonna stick up for you here because you ain't fucking seen him at a morning meeting if you think this is grumps mode.
Oh, I thought I was quite measured and calm this morning.
I had a bit of a medical incident that we won't talk about and received a message going, "Where the fuck are you?"
You're late. If you keep telling me you want to run it like a business, I'm trying to fucking install some business, management around it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm taking tips off Elon.
Sack
everybody.
Look what I found.
What have you found?
I found this.
What is that?
It's a Microsoft Surface.
That's handy.
That is handy.
But it's an old one. I think it's a 3, so it's an i5 or something like that.
Trudy says, John is always in grumps mode. Bloody love him though. Us Scots have to stick together.
I was watching. Who was that guy? I was watching that. Oh, Count Dankula.
He's funny, isn't he?
I used to watch Count Dankula. Count Dankula was fucking hilarious.
Who didn't watch Count Dankula?
That was a fucking hilarious program. That should come back. Did I? No, I did not find the camcorder, Trudy, and I have been looking for it because I found that I hate to say this, but that was in the same box as the Super 8 tapes. Not Super 8, the 8mm tapes. So I don't know where the bloody camcorder is.
He's only had half a glass of wine as well.
Because I've not been drinking. I don't drink and shoot people at the same time.
I
find it hard enough to operate the buttons without drinking.
Adam, the
and then
Irish.
He wants to go and play Fortnite after this show. No chance. I won't be there.
We started a culture war.
I was going to say the Irish and Scots are having a war in our chat. It's
What is our Scots in the chat?
Oh, Trudy's a Scot.
Yeah, Trudy, go, you go, girl. I'm backing you, unless you're ginger.
Most of your race are ginger, John.
No, they're not. That's a common misconception.
You just got lucky.
It's a common misconception. Ginger is not the fucking master race in Scotland. Just because the fucking first miniature is ginger, that doesn't mean we all are.
I've seen Brave. They're all ginger in that.
Well, they're not.
And they can sing,
No,
and,
they're not actually.
yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, you just take the.
I mean, look at that, Sophie Corcoran. She's fucking ginger and a half.
Oh, I'm not going
and
there.
ugly to boot.
I'm not going there. But you're right. Oh my God, I'm not going there.
She looks like a poorly made Madame Tussauds waxwork.
Oh Jesus.
No, I want to stay on the air. It's not as bad as, I mean, even YouTube's not as bad as Ofcom. Come on.
We've been broadcasting now for, what, 15 minutes, and we haven't spoke about one fucking news item yet at all.
Well, why would we? Why would you want to? What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the news?
Well, we're going to have to at some point, aren't we?
Do we have to? Well, like you said, we've been going for 15 minutes and we've not breached the news.
God,
oh,
no,
Jesus! My eyes! My eyes! It burns, dear Lord! It burns!
She's in the spotlight.
You can only get away with this when you're fucking astonishingly handsome, can't you, Ben?
Well, you know.
Have you been on OnlyFans again, Adam?
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Because what's her name? Irish girl Shalini. She says you've got interesting lights.
I have.
Yeah, let's see your lights. Come on.
These
We've seen Ben's. Let's see yours.
Oh, these are my lights. I'll get one and shine it. Here it is. Look.
Oh, lovely.
Boo 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 boo
Ba-da-da-boom.
boo 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 boo.
God, I want to believe.
I want to believe.
There we
I
go.
want to believe.
I want to believe.
Yeah, put it underneath. Oh yes, that's good. Oh, no, it's not. It's reminding me of something that you did once. Never do that again.
I apologise to Sophie Corcoran.
Yes, yeah.
Why?
Obviously a lovely woman.
Why? I thought we were allowed to mock people.
I didn't say.
Assume we're not allowed.
I hadn't finished what I was saying.
Right, you apologise to Sophie Corcoran for what? For her not being first in line when it came to looks in the being born department.
Well, no, you know, there's enough to be said about the girl with the things that she says, right? You know, the
Well,
idea
you see,
that
I find her this week in particular, right? She has confused me
yeah,
because on one hand she has spouted complete and utter nonsense.
Yep.
Nonsense.
Nonsense,
right?
yep.
And on the other hand, she has said some things which have been very close to my heart. Very true.
Yeah. No,
So,
she's...
yeah, I mean, I almost thought at one point that we were going to get a bit of a break. You know, she was going to start to come round to the proper critical and analytical way of thinking, but she's not quite there yet. But I suppose there's time for her.
Remember,
There's
she
time
is
for
young.
her.
She is young, right?
Yeah, and she needs to stop shopping in Star Trek, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
What's all that about?
That I am with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's either Star Trek or Dynasty. What one is it, you know?
I can now safely put Adam back on the screen. I had removed you from the screen, Adam.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's just gone.
Good. Yeah, so she does. She needs to stop that. I mean, if you're going to do shopping in any kind of science fiction movie, it would need to be something like what would you recommend? Blade Runner?
No.
Matrix?
Oh no.
No big long black coats. I've seen you in a long black coat.
Yes, I know you. Yeah, but there's a difference. It works on me.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
certain Luc Besson movie.
Fifth Element.
Yeah, you've got to dress like Fifth
Well,
Element.
Fifth Element had everything in it, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. I mean,
When-
from bandages upwards.
We're not horrible to Adam. We're not horrible to
Who
Adam.
said we were horrible to Adam?
I took him off the screen because of what he had on screen. That's all.
I don't even want to know, right? I just don't
it-
want to know because he disturbs me at times. We're not horrible to him. We put up with him.
You should
you should
see
see-
some
you
of the
should
stuff
see
he
what-
sends us.
Yeah. He subjects us. He subjects us to stuff that is beyond category 18.
Yeah, I mean,
Well beyond it.
Kanye would have gone DEFCON 3 on
Oh,
him if it had
Yeah,
gone
I mean,
public.
seriously, we'd have been pulled off the air, flayed,
Yeah.
I say,
Yeah.
and then quartered and hung for what he's done.
I mean, there's some Phil Mitchell videos in our DMs, aren't there, John?
Phil
That's
Mitchell. It's not Phil Mitchell.
But what
come
was
on.
it? Charlie Bronson?
No, I was thinking more like Matt Lucas.
Matt Lucas,
ones.
yeah.
Matt Lucas. Hello.
What you shouting? Oh, the Fifth Element stuff. Yeah. Well, yeah, but Fifth Element did have everything. I mean, they even had guys dressed in fucking big metal suits. Those things that looked like a bit like Ian Blackford, didn't they?
I'll tell you what you should dress
They
like.
looked like Ian Blackford.
Did you guys ever see the live action Super Mario Brothers movie? What an absolute disaster that was, right? But the
Is
dress
this
New
look-
one.
Does
No,
this
the-
look like the face of someone who would watch a live-action Super Mario Brothers movie?
so Bob Hoskins played Mario.
Yeah, I remember.
Bob Hoskins and John
Yeah.
Leguizamo, I think it was, played Luigi.
Mm.
And the dress sense in that movie is let's all go dressed like that. That could be a Halloween next year.
Actually, when you think about it, movies, science fiction movies, they really struggle with the clothes, don't they?
Yeah,
No.
they do.
I mean, you look at Star Trek: The Next Generation, right? Everybody was in lycra, okay?
Yeah,
They were in those one-piece lycra suits.
yeah.
You could not afford to be fat in that program at all.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
a good point.
And if you were fat, you'd be like, I can't fucking go on screen like that. I'm really fat, and I'll look like a fat bastard.
Make it
so-
so.
Huh?
Make it so.
Yeah. So everybody had to be skinny, and they were. And to give them their due, they were.
I mean, Michael Dorn, who played Worf, not really all that skinny, but he was built like a
No,
brick
but he was
shithouse.
built. He was built. He wasn't fat.
No.
That's the thing, that you couldn't have someone like him. You couldn't have someone like, I don't know who's fat. That guy that played the guy that ate all the pies. The fat detective guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't have him in it. Imagine what's his name's Poirot in it, something like that. I mean, they would just look ridiculous.
What do you have for us there, Adam?
That is Elon Musk's latest tweet. Freedom Fridays. Good
That
name
was
for a show.
ages ago. Ages ago.
And that's
What do you mean a good name for a show? We've got a name for our show.
Go-
Good name for a show, though.
Go to his profile for us.
Yeah.
He's taking away the chief twit.
Yeah, that is gone. But go to the tweets and replies and see what his actual latest tweet was.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, because that wasn't his latest tweet.
Oh, look at that.
Let's have a look. Scroll
Person
on
of
down.
the year on Time Magazine. What should Twitter do next? Bring back Alex Jones? No.
What do you mean, no? That's interesting. That's
Yes.
interesting. That
He
is.
obviously doesn't like Alex Jones, does he? It must be personal.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Right, okay, right. Hold on, look at it from his point of view.
yeah.
How can you bring back Alex Jones?
Well, what was Alex Jones even suspended for?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter now. What's he been done for?
That's,
And I know it's not a criminal case, but in the court of public opinion,
Yeah.
the man is tainted. So how can you possibly bring him back? I'm not saying what's happened to him is right. In fact, I think it's far from right. I think the whole thing is completely wrong. I still think he's entitled to his freedom of speech, and I think they should never even have allowed what has happened to have happened.
Yeah.
But the man is tainted, and in the court of public opinion, and you're running a social media company, how can you bring him back?
No, right. So I understand from your perspective, but also from another perspective here. So this man, he made assertions that people should nobody should be permanently banned from a social media platform. He said that. He said there should be an ability for people to come back.
Okay, yeah, okay, but that doesn't put a timescale on it. I mean, 10 years down the line, maybe you can bring them back.
Yeah.
I mean, look at David Icke. David Icke disappeared off TV for decades.
Yep.
You know, really decades before he came back. And then he's been kind of ostracised again because he's now a terrorist. I don't know how that happened, but the thing is, what happened to him wasn't right either.
No.
Right?
No, you're right.
But there are limits. If you're trying to deal with the general unwashed, smelly public, you've got to put a bar on it, right? And we do exactly the same thing because we self-censor in our shows.
Yeah, but that's because we want to stay on platform.
Yeah, exactly.
We shouldn't have to.
But we shouldn't have to self-censor and we shouldn't have to stay away from topics, right? But we do because we want to stay here and we want to keep talking. So why didn't fucking Alex Jones do that? Because he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew. He's not stupid. He might be a crass, loudmouth, bigot, whatever you want to call him. He might be all of those things, but he is far from stupid. So he knew exactly what he was doing.
Well, I mean, look.
And I'm still not convinced that he didn't know what he's doing to this very day.
So Trudy asks in the chat, what's this RIP Twitter all about? Is Twitter going down the pan? No, here's what's happening. I will explain it to you in the broadest, the easiest to explain terms. Elon Musk is consolidating power within Twitter. He put out a letter a couple of days ago. He said to everybody, I'm going to ask you to work hard. I'm going to ask you to work fast. I'm going to ask you to help me build this in record time. If you don't want to do this, leave. He said, go on this website, click yes if you want in, or if you don't want in, you're getting 3 months severance, off you go.
Yeah,
right?
And your answers to be in by 5 o'clock tonight or something?
5 o'clock yesterday.
Time? Or, okay, whatever. And then he shut the offices for 3 days.
Yeah, then he closed the offices for 3 days until Monday. So what's happened is the lefties, the left-wing media, have gone out of their minds and gone, he's killing it, he's dying. When in reality, Twitter's at its highest usership it has ever been.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, even my son sends me a text today. He goes, is Twitter dying? And I goes, no, it's not. But
also, think about it. He's fired probably about 60 to 70% of the staff now, right?
So?
But, no, listen to my point here. Twitter's still running just like normal.
Well, right, and this is exactly, I mean, I posted something earlier, Radom, and I don't know if you saw it, right? But basically, if you look at the IT crowd, remember the IT crowd? The three guys? Yep. Right, so that's how people think Twitter runs, and really it runs on a fucking big server farm with nobody in it, and the servers just run. and you only need engineers to touch it if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And you know what? See, if you're not changing things and you're not fucking about and you're not banning people and you're not doing all this, this shadow banning and all that crap, nothing will actually go wrong. It'll just keep ticking over.
Well, exactly.
So-
You're exactly right.
So it'll probably run better in the next 3 days than it's ran in the last 3 years.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And like, the proof is in the pudding. Someone 737373 says freedom of speech is dying on Twitter. Well, I disagree, actually.
Yeah, why would you think freedom of speech is dying on Twitter? Because it seems to be coming back, because you can talk about it. In fact, freedom of speech seems to be coming back in dribs and drabs, because you can talk about things even on YouTube now that you couldn't talk about before. Things like, masks.
Yeah, you can.
You can say things about them now, right? So I think freedom of speech is slowly coming back. But on the same token, it gets taken away for other things, like when the narrative switches to things like wars or special military operations or whatever you want to call them, And if you start going down the wrong side there, you get castigated. If you go down the wrong side, and I mean, Ed was really close to it last night on Rabbit Hole when he started talking about a certain group of people.
Which you can't talk about.
Which you really can't talk about, because one guy has a channel, right? This guy has a channel on YouTube. It had millions of subs and millions of views, and all he did was cut boots up.
Yeah.
Right. So he used to cut boots up.
He did.
And tell you about how they worked, and he would cut them up, and he would cut up new boots and old boots and trainers and shoes and things. And he cut up a pair of boots.
Yeah.
That came from, let's say, 1940, right?
Right.
From a certain country in the middle of Europe.
Yeah.
And they're called a certain type of boot that starts with a boy's name, right?
They're Jack's boots.
And he put this out and it got banned.
Yeah, he did.
He lost his channel.
Yeah.
Millions of subscribers, millions of views.
Yeah.
Monetized, gone.
Yeah.
Because he mentioned that these boots belonged to someone who used to climb a hill with a girl called Jill.
Yeah. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
It's absolutely off the fucking wall.
It is off the wall. And you just, we are trying to navigate these spaces and this space ourselves. And that's why we do self-censor, because ultimately we do want this to be watched by many.
We don't want to get community strikes. And the problem is, Ben more than me, for some reason, people don't seem to fucking... People obviously realise that I am an arsehole.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you come for me, you'll get it back in spades, right?
John, the issue with you is you've got links to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And you know how to use...
Allegedly, yeah.
Right. So people don't generally come for me, okay?
Yeah.
Because... Well, let's just say I know things, right? But people do come for Ben, and he gets a lot of hassle.
I do.
And he still gets it for some reason, right? And it's like, why are people so small-minded that they have to take some kind of pleasure in depriving someone of having a YouTube channel? Now, what kind of person takes pleasure from that? That's what I don't get, because, I mean... Let's face it, you deal with hundreds of arseholes every day on Twitter and YouTube and whatever, and if you don't like it, don't reply to it.
Fucking watch it!
Don't watch it. What's the problem? It's like someone trying to take down the BBC. I don't watch the BBC, and a lot of their stuff is shite. Sometimes they're right. Hold the presses.
Really?
Sometimes they put up a good program, right? And they're right. And sometimes they do the fact gathering exercise, and they're right. Right?
Yeah.
So for all the times they're wrong, are you going to deny them the one or two times they can be right? And that to me is what free speech is about.
Well, exactly. And still people can't actually tell me, like, if we're talking about my previous channel and no one can actually tell me what I've done wrong or said wrong. Then no one can actually tell me that.
I know. Well, and here's a cracking statement from Militant Mushroom, right?
Yeah.
A cracking statement from him because he says Gen X has no filter, and that's the problem. That is the problem. They don't have a filter. They take it. Well, thumbs up. Remember the thumbs up? I was astounded. What the fuck are you doing, Adam?
Sorry, you know what I've done? Is I've set my zoom button to the same as my control paste button by mistake.
What? Anyway, right, same as if I can technical explanations. But do you remember the Gen Z furore over the thumbs up emoticon? Do you remember? And they were going to work and saying, why are these people dissing on me for sending me a thumbs up? Which apparently in Gen Z speak means, yeah, whatever, just move on because we've disregarded your comment. Whereas in my generation, thumbs up meant noted and understood. Yeah?
Yeah.
But they take personal offence to it.
They do. Trudy says, we had it the other week. Ben's wife had to message me and warn me about someone. I blocked this person and felt stupid for being gullible. It was the person that made a Twitter account pretending to be me.
Yeah, well, hey, you got to be on your guard. You do have to be on your guard. I mean, it's like, I got a text from someone the other day, Eris or something, saying, click here because your delivery has been held up, and I'm going, well, that'll be a fucking good one because I don't have any deliveries outstanding.
No!
But so I went downstairs and one of the members says, I read this text about a delivery, and I goes, it's a scam. Is it called Eris? And they said yes. I says, block it.
It's a scam.
Report it and block it. It's a scam.
We have a scam from Zoe Kleinman at the BBC. She's the technology editor. She said, Twitter today is awash with people saying goodbye. Now, I had one person say goodbye to me on Twitter today, so that must mean it's awash with it.
I haven't seen anyone.
I had one person message me randomly and say goodbye.
Look, last week, Deborah Meaden. Everyone know who Deborah Meaden is, right?
Yeah.
She's on the Dragon's Den. She tweeted something. Yes. She tweeted like, "Oh, I'm going to go and try out this Mastodon." This is what she said, right? You know, goodbye Twitter and all that. I'm going to go and try out this Mastodon. Within 24 hours, she was going, Mastodon's a bit shit.
Yeah.
Hi, Twitter.
Well, we did tell you that. See, if she watched our programme, she wouldn't have had to have wasted her time. And that's probably a selling point for Dragon's Den. Watch our show, and you won't waste your time listening to all this shite that you need to go and try out yourself, because we've already tried it, and we can tell you it's shite, so you don't need to go near it.
Yeah, but Martin Lewis moved over to Mastodon as well, look. He admits he doesn't know how to use it yet. And he's got
that's because it's fucking shite. Much like you, Martin. There's something about him that I find very disingenuous.
Yeah, me too.
A bit creepy. There's something that...
Hi, John.
It's like your teacher.
I'm going to save you money on your energy bills.
Yeah, he might be like your teacher that you found out about today. That works for the Symphony in the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't find out about what he did today, but I found out where he is.
What he does now. Yeah, you find out what he does now.
Yeah.
But you knew what he did at the time, but I think Martin Lewis might be a bit on that line, but it can't really go any further than that.
No.
Because we would get fucking sued.
Woosah.
So the BBC are giving us scenarios.
Trudy, you can sponsor a ball in many, many ways, but you can initially send a PayPal to Ben or whatever it is, Wheelie Bricks, yeah?
Yeah, I'll put it in the thing. It's
or if you want, you can put it on Ko-fi, and I will send them the money. If you put it on Ko-fi or send a PayPal directly to Ben, there are no charges.
No.
Please don't use Patreon.
And that will be a ball.
Yeah.
So let's just run through the scenarios that the BBC are suggesting here. Like, could it be hacked?
Could what be hacked?
Twitter.
Twitter itself.
We're still talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is a wonderful BBC article.
What do you mean? Could it be hacked?
Could it be hacked?
Well, exactly. Well, let's move on to the other choices before we discuss what these mean. Let's have a look at the other lists here. Servers under threat. There we go. That's right. Fine. Then we've got the nuclear option. So they're obviously suggesting that it might get nuked.
Ah.
As in, taken out.
Where is Twitter?
San Francisco. Not
Well,
nukes.
hold
Not
on,
nukes
hold on.
like that.
Right, yeah. No, well, hold on. What does Twitter run on?
Well, it runs on servers.
No, yeah, I know, but what do you know where it runs on, Adam? Do you know if it's distributed or is it?
I imagine it would be.
Yeah, I would have thought.
Co-located.
I thought it'd be distributed in many different countries because of the freaking user base.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to take out all the nodes at once if you want to bring it down. I mean, you'll impact performance if you take out one, but you're not going to bring it down by taking out one node.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, people. That's why the internet. Do you remember the internet is a military tool? Remember, it was designed by ARPANET. Okay, to be resilient in the case of attack. So that's why it has many different nodes, and each node is independent but replicates other nodes, so you can still talk to each other. If one node is taken out, it can dynamically reroute. That's why the internet continues to work when things break. So. Oh, why would people not understand that?
It's just the way it is, isn't it?
I know, because they think the internet is in a fucking box that says this is the internet. Press
I
here.
mean, have you seen that?
Well, hold on. We've done this. Right. Confession time. We've actually done this.
Right.
You got to go back in time a little bit because we're talking 1999, something like that.
Right.
Maybe 2000. So we're getting to the point where users aren't as savvy and computers are in early days, yeah?
Yeah.
And I was running the student labs in Paisley Uni.
Yeah.
And people would come up and go, the internet's not working. And sometimes the guys would give them a 3.5-inch floppy disk and go, here, try that. And they'd put it in, and it'd have a Google webpage on it that linked to other Google web pages. And they'd come back with it an hour later and go, that's great, thanks.
Have you seen this? You don't watch South Park, do you, John?
I don't like it. I don't like that kind of shit.
So there was a South Park episode where the internet went down. And in fact, I believe it was a 2-parter. And ultimately, people are going mental because they can't watch internet porn all over the shop. It's a shit show. Society breaks down in the episode. And the little Jewish boy, Kyle, he's like, I know how to fix it. And so they take him to the internet, which is a giant router inside mountains. In fact, they try to communicate with it with the music from Close Encounters and stuff like that. They're going, what do you want, internet? But he walks up and he literally pulls the power plug out and puts it back in. And the internet restarts for everyone.
Okay, I suppose you had to be there.
Yes. Well, you do have to watch this show. It's so
I don't like
relevant.
South Park. I've tried to watch South Park. I don't find it funny. It doesn't fucking float my boat. There's not a lot on Channel 4 the kind of shows that Channel 4 pick up that I actually like.
Channel 4 do not show South Park.
That they're not used to.
Don't think so. It's always been Comedy Central because Comedy Central make it.
What the fuck's Comedy Central?
Well, it's a TV channel that does comedy.
No. It used to be on mainstream telly at some point.
Well, let me rephrase that anyhow. Comedy Central alleges to make comedy programs.
Why would you think fart jokes would float my boat? I don't understand that. What, do I seem that fucking shallow and thick to you that I would be someone who liked fart jokes?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Fuck off. No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've got some good news for you, Ben.
What's your good news? Let's get you on big screen.
This is money saving to the extreme here.
Okay.
There we go.
What do we got here?
Read that.
Wear turtlenecks to cut energy bills, says Tokyo governor.
Say that again.
Wear turtlenecks to cut energy bills.
That's from Yuriko Koike.
Whoa, hold on a minute. That's not a turtleneck. That's a polar neck. No, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's not a turtleneck.
Oh, I'm going to Google that now.
Because
£2.
a turtleneck is only got a collar like this high. What? Steve Jobs, you wore turtlenecks.
I got to £4 and I was like, no more. No more heat. I'm willing to do £10 throughout the entire show, right? That's all I can afford. I can't even really afford that, to be honest. But, you know, fucking hell. How much do these convector heaters cost to run now? It must be insane. It must be.
Don't know.
I mean, because you know my wife got me the old hot tub for my birthday last year,
Yep.
right? So this summer we tried to run it, and
How did we segue into your electricity bills?
because
we're saving money with our turtlenecks.
Oh yeah, okay, but have we found the answer? Is that I don't think that's a turtleneck.
Now, do you know what? I've looked and it's just come up with loads of pictures of
that's
scantily
a
clad
polo
women in turtleneck. So
That's not a part.
come
That's not a fucking turtleneck.
all right, let's go away from my energy bills and let's look at turtlenecks. Come on, Adam, show us some turtlenecks.
okay, let's bring up the turtleneck.
Let's
search.
bring up the turtlenecks. You are front and center, my good friend.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
I mean, I could be wrong, but
Turtleneck is the American name given to a polo neck.
oh,
but in
for
England,
fuck's sake! There we go. It's the same fucking thing.
but in England, where
Bastards,
there are
you
both,
American bastards!
in England we
You've
have both
taken it,
polo
bastard.
and turtleneck. It has
Yes.
a dual meaning.
Right, and what does turtleneck mean in England?
For the English, this neckline is tubular, although not as high or folded down as a polo neck often is.
There you go. See, polo necks are bigger than turtlenecks, and that to me makes sense. So on this point, I'm going to give my vote to England. What are you laughing at?
You,
What?
just you.
It's important.
What I am laughing at is you and Militant Mushroom going bloody Yanks when this came from the Tokyo government. It came from Japan.
But the original thing came from Japan, but the determination on the turtleneck thing didn't come from Japan.
So Spencer makes a really good point in the chat here. He says there is no such thing as American English. There is English, and there are mistakes.
Well, you're quite right. You're quite right, Spencer. But, and you aren't going to like what I'm going to say next, right?
Oh.
Because if you actually think about it and look at it and listen to the way that words are pronounced, English as pronounced by Americans, particularly on the East Coast, is probably more akin to English as it was when they were still our colonial cousins.
John,
Right? What?
John, just admit it. It's our language, and they
So
fucking
what's
ruined
happened?
it.
No, but what's happened is that we have evolved our language
To speak
and they
properly,
have
yeah.
Yeah, well, we have evolved English into a bastardization of what it was before, and they have retained it with most of its pronunciations.
You're going to make me a cup of tea and get me some scones, old boy.
Oh, okay, old chap.
Yes. It's our language. This is how you properly speak it,
You
don't
know
you
what? See if you go back, and you don't have to go back far. See if you go back to like the 50s and 60s and listen to a New York newsreader reading the news.
Yeah.
It sounds like an Englishman today. And if you go back to the 40s and 50s and listen to a British man reading the news, it sounds so fucking upper crust that it knocks. Prince Charles sounds like a fucking commoner compared to these guys.
Listen, don't you call me a commoner. I talk to plants, don't you know?
Yeah, of course I know that, Charles.
I talk to my plants. I give them encouragement. I say, Fifi the ficus, why don't you please grow for me? Please, Fifi, grow.
How much was your wine, John?
Fuck me. My wine was 8 quid, 9 quid.
Well, what is it going to cost you at the Qatar World Cup, Adam?
Well, £19,000.
For a seat in the hospitality. Yes, yeah, that's So they've fucking screwed everyone there, haven't they?
Yeah. Well,
See, I'll be honest, anyone who's gone to Qatar to watch the World Cup,
yeah.
you're a fucking muppet.
Yeah, because
you really are. And you know what?
This was a bait and switch.
Yeah, but hold on. See, if you've gone to Qatar and are watching the World Cup, you really need to come to us, donate, and watch our shows avidly. Because you are so fucking stupid that you need every assistance that you can get, and we will give it to you. We will. But you've really got to come. You got to come to us. Come to us. We will help you. We will. Come back from Qatar, and we will help you.
All that money you spent, all that money they spent to go to Qatar, they could have given it to us.
Well, they should have given it to us, mate, because we would have given them a better time than they're going to get in Qatar.
The BBC have chosen to go with this headline: Wales fans dismay at Qatar alcohol ban.
I'm not fucking shocked.
Hold on. That must be the most inappropriate use of the word dismay in the fucking world.
Thank you, Trudy.
It must be the worst use of the word dismay in the world. That I can't think that even Welsh. I mean, the Welsh maybe aren't the brightest, right? Okay, but they are Welsh, and they do enjoy a drink, and they're usually quite tuneful while doing it. So what I would say to them is, I don't think they were dismayed. I think they were fucking devastated. I don't think dismayed even come to that. I think they'll be fucking throwing things around the hotel rooms going, what the fuck do you mean? It's in a more tuneful and Welsh way than I can possibly elaborate on. But yeah, they'll be throwing things around their hotel room saying, what the fuck do you mean I can't get a drink?
And I just want to say thank you to Trudy, who has sponsored a ball and subscribed via Ko-fi to do so. So
well done.
The Ko-fi,
did it come up on screen?
Yeah, the Ko-fi robot told them.
Oh, what did it say?
It said,
I sponsor Ben's balls.
No, it just said new subscription on Ko-fi from Trudy. So
yes, thank you, Trudy.
Yes, thank you so much.
You are a fucking star.
John will ensure that I get that, and then I will ensure that you'll get your ball. If you drop my wife a message on Twitter with what you want on it, or if you've already put it on Ko-fi.
Just tell us in the chat.
Just tell us in the chat.
If it's not private. But you can't be private anyway, because it's going to be shown on the Ben's Balls segment.
Yeah, it's going to be on the tree of representation.
And we might take close-ups of Ben's balls and put them up.
Trudy says, "Did you get the message?" John would have to double check that.
Oh, if it's in coffee, I'll have the message. I'll do that. Yeah, no problem. You don't need me to do it just now. Yeah. You don't want me to do it just now. I'll do it later. But yeah, and we really appreciate it. We do.
We really do appreciate anything and everything that people think is worth putting towards what we do here. And ultimately we are here to entertain, and I hope we are doing that in spades tonight compared to the, we try and entertain in the weekday shows, but this is where we can really let loose. And I think it's showing. I really, really do. John.
Oh my God, is it slipped out? Let me check. Get on with it.
Why does your mind always go in the fucking gutter? Always.
Because that's where I was born. I was born in the gutter.
Scotland.
And I shall return there one day.
Speaking of the gutter.
Yep.
Yes, my man.
Why didn't you bloody do it? Mike Tyndall loses it with Matt Hancock.
Oh?
Why didn't you do what?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to read the article. This is a brand new article. It's just been released. Looks like it was at 9:10.
Right.
But this is a bit odd because, no, it was updated at 9:46. So they got this article ready for the show 10 minutes into the show.
Right.
It was on at 9 o'clock, wasn't it? Obviously, they must have had prior access to it and watched it previously to know what was coming. And so they released this article. So what did he do? Royal family member Mike Tyndall was rubbed up the wrong way by a comment former Health Secretary Matt Hancock made to Sue Cleaver during the latest episode of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Mike snapped at the politician after he mocked Sue, 59, for moaning about a shaving bowl he had not washed out. Matt apologised, but Mike took to the bush telegraphy to vent his anger over the MP.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This is just nonsense.
It is, isn't it?
You know, see if you get dragged into this. It's just fucking, it's deliberately trying to distract you nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other things going on in the world, right? There are more important things going on in the world right now. I mean, look at all the shit that's going on around Ukraine and fucking dropping bombs on Poland. I mean, remember people, you know, Ukraine dropped those missiles on Poland, which is a fucking whole country away from Russia. Because there's Russia, there's Belarus, there's fucking Poland. How did they miss fucking Russia, which is way over here?
John, have you
right?
seen the latest excuse? Have you seen the latest way to excuse it?
Tell me the latest excuse.
I couldn't believe it when I saw this today, and it is, oh my God.
I'll bring it up, Ben. What is it? Go on.
It is the two people were killed were Ukrainian refugees anyway, so it's fine.
Yes, and you know what's going to come next? Somebody's going to say somebody stole 2 Ukrainian refugee bodies from the morgue. Don't you? You know what? I'd like to say I'm proud of this team, because when it happened, right?
Yeah.
And we said, here it goes, it's World War III. And then we said, yeah, but hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We turned around, because I made the point, and I continue to make this point, that even Ukrainian missiles, because of where the fighting is, shouldn't they have not had the range from where they were fighting to be hitting Poland? What's going on?
They're going in completely the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I mean, completely the wrong direction. But apart from that, I mean, the thing is, each one of us independently and within seconds of it happened came up with a reason why it wasn't fucking Russia. And you know what? It turned out it wasn't fucking Russia. But according to NATO, it's still Russia.
It's still it's like it wasn't aliens, but
it's aliens.
But it's aliens.
I think Adam was the first actually to say something about it.
Yeah, probably
not being Russia.
But we contrary to belief of people watching this, I like to think we're actually not stupid over on this show. We try and we have a laugh and we take the piss out of everything, but I think we've got our fingers quite firmly on the pulse. Tell me if we're wrong. But I think we do.
See, Ben, I know what a war zone looks like because I live in Nottingham, and there's people in Nottingham that are fleeing back to Ukraine.
Yeah.
I lived it. This is going to make me sound fucking ancient. I lived in Hong Kong during the Vietnam War.
John.
And I remember watching it on the TV. It was on the TV, on the news, every night, okay? Now, the thing is, that was 1970-something. How the fuck could that be on the TV every night, showing us in great detail of what was happening, right? And yet, we see nothing coming out of Ukraine.
Well,
we get fucking a massive list of people that the Ukraine army have killed, according to the Defense of Ukraine, right? Which is growing on a daily basis by thousands. So yeah, I don't know where are all the bodies, Ben? Where are all the bodies?
I don't know. I mean, you could imagine me rocking around it with my camera up on the stick on my scooter and going, "Where are all the dead people?
I can imagine you with your 4-wheel drive scooter with fucking extra large tyres on it going, where's all the broken tanks? Where's all the downed missiles? Where's all the wrecked personnel carriers? Where's all the sunk ships?
And I would have done it as well. Yeah, the thing, I would have done it.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that Defense of Ukraine has to be a fucking parody account. It really has to be.
Yeah, but the blue tick is not purchased on Twitter Blue, for fuck's sake. That's real.
I know. It's been applied to them long before Elon took over, so I don't know.
So
got in at the right moment, didn't they? Obviously.
Spencer
says all the
says.
TIE fighters.
Spencer,
well, yeah, we know about the TIE
right.
fighter.
Yeah,
the TIE fighter was a meme.
It was a viral hoax created by John that actually made it to some mainstream media.
It was shown in at least 2 mainstream medias. One of them in Germany and one of them in, where was it? It was somewhere in the Middle East. I think it was like Abu Dhabi or something like that.
But Artifacting Reality says, well, now you can make your own blue tick Defense of Ukraine account. Well, no, you can't actually, because you cannot purchase Twitter Blue anymore. I mean,
no.
John and John's friend and my wife are 2 of the last people that did purchase it, aren't they, John?
Allegedly.
And he said it was going to come back at the end of this week, but somehow I don't think it will.
Not the end of this week, not if he shut the offices.
He kept saying the end of the week. Some people are pretty pissed off because they can't change their names. They can't change their Twitter names at all. And like Count Dankula, for example, his Twitter name is currently Giant Penis Parody. And he is stuck as it. He's stuck.
Well, you know what? Wait, but hold on. You know what, people? Maybe give it a little bit of thought before, especially you fucking Scottish bobby. Maybe give it a little bit of thought, Count Dankula, and you've never came back to us about a collaboration. But maybe give it a little bit of thought before you name your account Giant Penis Bob or whatever it is.
Before we go to this, what you've got on screen, go and show everybody Count Dankula's account. It's at Count Dankula TV.
I've got to give it to Viking Dark Spy. That's a stiff punishment.
It is a stiff punishment. Trudy says, "How giant is giant?" Well, I mean, I could tell you, but I won't. There he is. Look, Giant Penis Parody. That is his Twitter name. He cannot change it. He has been moaning on Twitter saying, "I'm stuck as a giant penis."
Well, you are, mate. You are.
And he responds to Elon, and he's like, "I don't want to be a giant penis anymore, Elon."
I don't understand, though, because this guy's not any funnier than us.
No, he's not.
He just got a break because he's fucking somebody sued him, and that you keep telling me not to get sued, but I think we should be.
Well, he didn't get sued. He got a criminal conviction.
Yeah, okay, but I'd rather get sued because I don't have any money, so that would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we could sort out a criminal conviction between us all.
I don't really want a criminal conviction if I can avoid it. You certainly don't.
No.
What are you two trying to say?
Well, you know.
Oh, I'm not trying to say anything.
Adam, are you
no
saying
hidden agenda? No, there's no hidden agenda here, for fuck's sake.
Adam's suggesting I take one for the team, I think.
Well, after what we were talking about today as well, it could be me, couldn't it, that gets into trouble, you know, with sharing all these...
No. 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 No.
Yeah, we're just doing a bit of journalism, aren't we?
That's even a bit much. Stop.
All right, yeah.
Just shut the fuck up. Sometimes you don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Stop.
People, just disregard.
Just disregard everything he said. Please.
He never said a thing.
Nothing.
These are not the words you were looking for.
Back to the giant penis parody.
Yeah.
He didn't say a fucking word, all right?
He never said anything.
Not one.
Not one.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Understood? Understood?
Jibber Jabber says he can't unhear.
You will. You will unhear.
You will doubt as you're fucking told.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lovely.
So after the giant penis, we have giant penises and
Oh, Just Stop Oil gone on hunger strike. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, let's have a look.
Oh. Yeah, hunger strike. When does hunger strike start? Oh, hold on. It only started last week. Hold on a minute. That means they've only been on strike for 10 days. For fuck's sake. I did a 10-day fast standing on my head.
He did, yeah.
It's easy.
He did. But
what have we gone further? The only thing that stopped me going further was the fact that I missed eating. Not that I was hungry. And I wasn't falling down or freaking collapsing or anything. I documented every day, did I not, Ben?
You did.
And did I seem like I was on the edge of death? I think very much far from it.
John, you seem like you're on the edge of death most days.
Yeah, but when I was hunger striking, I was fucking pumped up and really had loads of energy.
He was. That is
Oh,
true.
sorry, I wasn't hunger striking, I was fasting.
John, Trudy is asking you for some red cola, Empire biscuits, fruit dumpling, and homemade tablet.
Oh my God. Red cola? Can you still get that?
I have no idea. I don't even know what it is, John.
Red cola's red cola. For fuck's sake.
Wow.
Have you never lived? Empire biscuits, yeah. Can you not get them in England?
See, I used to drink Tab Clear, which was clear cola, but it wasn't red.
Did someone say something? Right, so do you get Empire biscuits in England, Shire?
I honestly don't know. Is the answer.
They're like 2 slabs of shortbread with like jam in between them and a icing on top, and usually a cherry. If it's got a cherry, I'll eat it. If it's got that fucking fruity sweet thing, I disregard that. So anyway,
Sounds like a jammy dodger to me.
It does. It
no,
sounds
it's
like
not a jammy dodger.
That sounds like a jammy dodger.
It's not a jammy dodger. It's nothing like a jammy dodger. It doesn't taste like a jammy dodger. It doesn't look like a jammy dodger. It's a fucking Empire biscuit.
Adam.
Oh
Adam.
my God.
Adam.
It's a jammy dodger.
He's talking about a fucking jammy dodger.
Jammy dodger.
Right, Adam, throw me up an image of an Empire biscuit.
Okay. I
But
will
keep the Just
Google
Stop Oil tab
Empire.
open.
Yes, I will. Empire biscuits. There we go. Oh,
Oh,
I
the
see what you mean. It's a Bakewell tart.
No, it's not a Bakewell tart.
Let me see,
It
let's see,
doesn't
I wanna
taste
see.
anything like a Bakewell tart,
It's a
and it doesn't
fucking-
have it doesn't have a fondant filling. It's
It's a-
not a Bakewell tart.
Fine, it's a Bakewell biscuit then, for fuck's
It's
sake.
not a Bakewell biscuit because there's no fucking almonds in it. You people are Philistines. How the fuck do you consider yourself a civilized society when you don't know what an Empire biscuit is?
You not drink
Trudy, do you live in England? What the fuck is going on? You need help. I'm going to have to send you an emergency package.
You lot drink fucking Buckfast. Don't talk to me about civilized society.
Buckfast has never passed these lips.
I bet.
I
he's-
see a Buckfast
No, hold on a
every
minute.
Thursday.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Oh.
Can you just tell me, where's Buckfast made?
I will Google right now.
Is he going to try and make a point here? Is it from Buckinghamshire?
No, I don't think it's in Buckinghamshire. Well, it might be, but...
Buckfast tonic wine is a caffeinated alcoholic drink consisting of pure caffeine added to fortified wine, originally made by monks at Buckfast Abbey in Devon, England.
I rest my fucking case.
Yeah, but Devon and Cornwall, they're fucking weird and all, John. They're
But
not
nowhere
right.
near Scotland.
They're not right. Aren't they always talking about secession over there, for God's sake? Let them be. Jesus. They might be nowhere near Scotland, but
What? Devon and Cornwall talking about succession?
secession. They want to.
Really? They want to fucking succeed from England?
They've been talking about it for fucking centuries.
Why?
Because, John.
But that's like letting your disabled fucking son go and live on his own.
And then you get people like me. I'm trying to say letting your disabled son go and live on his own can always be a fucking good thing, John.
You thought I froze there, didn't you?
So
I
now,
was reading The Guardian about how Buckfast became popular in Scotland.
how?
Yeah, because it's a tonic wine.
It was first popularised in Glasgow by Celtic fans in the 70s due to its similarity to communion wine because there's so many religious folks in Scotland.
Oh, they're fuck.
Whoa, hold on. Right, I think you could safely say that sentence again if you took out the word religious and replaced it with bigoted. Okay?
I think that's quite nice to Scottish people that they're, they're obviously doing their bit.
Oh, dear.
You know what? Scotland is a shithole, right? But it's my shithole. But apart from that, the problem with Scotland is that it's always It's always been divided, right? It's never been a joined up nation. Because even when we're fighting right, so the problem with Scotland's a strange character, because if they don't have anyone to fight, they'll fight each other. Right? So if they get a common foe like England, then that's fine, they can fight England. And they'll come together briefly, while they fight England. Then they'll fucking turn on each other and start fighting each other again, because it's like there seems to be this need in Scottish people to always fight with someone, and always fight with someone handy, i.e. you don't go awfully far to fight with someone. So you'll fight with your neighbour, or you'll fight with people in England, but you won't I mean, if you go to France, the Scottish people don't fight with the French, because the French and the Scottish have always been fucking friendly. So you don't fight with the foreigners. You just fight with yourself, and you fight with the English.
I need to step in
Seems
here
to be it.
because half of my family Scottish, right?
And you say that, but
right. But anyhow, just actually, delving a bit deeper into Buckfast and seeing those words, high caffeine and sugar content. Yes, please.
I will.
Yeah. You probably would. You probably would, to be fair.
Yeah, yes, please.
It's a bit like a sort of alcoholic cough. Well, more alcoholic cough mixture.
Ooh, that actually sounds.
Oh my
good.
God, your family are in Ayr. Holy fuck, Trudy. That's frightening. Whereabouts in Ayr?
Do you know where Ayr is, Ben?
I do not.
It's the Scottish Riviera.
The Scottish Riviera.
I grew up in Ayr.
Ayr is a charming seaside town in South Ayrshire on Scotland's west coast and makes an ideal starting point to explore southwest Scotland. The town has a lovely sandy beach. It's perfect for a stroll, or if you prefer an afternoon building sandcastles. Sounds nice.
Sounds lovely.
Ayr is a nice town.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
It's a tourist town. It's a bit like Brighton. It's a tourist town that gets invaded by people from Glasgow and Pollock.
Is that where they come on your 2 days of sunshine?
Yeah, but
they just flock.
I grew up in Ayr, right, in the 70s, and Ayr is a seaside town, and it was a gorgeous town. And you know what? The summers were long and they were warm, and then they got worse in the 80s. But see, in the 70s, Ayr was fucking fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
It was peace and love and
yeah, it was a summer of love. See, the summer of 76 when the streets melted, the roads melted, fucking unbelievable.
Melted because of all the
fucking hell,
love.
Ellisland Place, Ellisland Square and more. Trudy, you're fucking posh. You're a posh bitch. They're fucking some of the most expensive houses in here.
Adam, hold on.
How much did she donate?
Adam?
Yes.
I have to change the subject because what the fuck is that?
That is macaroni and beef.
That's wrong on so many levels.
It's fresh though, John.
No, it's not. No, it's
No,
not
It's
fresh.
fresh.
That looks like something out of Fortnite.
Boil it in the bag and open it and enjoy it.
Get out of here. No way.
Yeah. That's Henton's Round Meal, a frozen product. It's macaroni and beef.
That's frozen.
It is frozen.
Then how can it say fresh on it?
Oh, Caledonia Road's not posh. Sorry. Right, I'm going to have to stop. I'm reminiscing about Ayr at the moment. Right, carry on.
But if it's frozen, how can it say it is both a frozen meal and fresh?
Well, it was fresh before it was frozen.
Fresh frozen.
It's like those
Frozen
peas
fresh.
that you buy. Bird's eye peas. They're always fresh, aren't they? But they're frozen.
Yeah, but they're plucked straight from the pod.
I'm looking at this, and
Have you ever eaten peas straight from the pod?
Yeah, they're lovely.
They're fucking brilliant, aren't they?
They are.
I mean, why would you bother cooking them if they tasted like that? And you know, if they came out of tin and tasted like that, you'd be like, why would I even heat these up? But no, they don't. They don't. They're very, very disappointing when they come out of tin.
I'm looking at this.
What, Ben? What?
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that is about the size, if not bigger, than a fucking bowling ball, right?
Yeah, right.
And that's frozen. You could kill someone with that.
There's a lot of things that are frozen. I mean, you could kill someone with frozen stuff all the time. In fact, they made the movie about it, didn't they? When the guy killed somebody with a fucking ice spear and then it melted, and there was a whole thing. What did he kill him with? Because there's no murder weapon.
Yeah. I mean, imagine sticking that in a cannon.
No,
and just
please do not take that as advice.
No. And obviously, but the thing is, there are these channels on YouTube that have got more money than sense and just blow shit up, right? We're not one of those. We're not one of those yet. But I tell you what, if we ever do make that kind of money, I promise you now, a video will appear on this channel of me putting one of them in a fucking cannon and seeing what happens.
Apparently, this was a joke art project, so it wasn't actually real, Ben.
I'm now upset. I'm now upset.
All right, okay. So you've fucking taken us down a whole fucking a whole line of stuff with a fake news. Right, fuck off, Adam. Right, but more to the point. Do we know how big that was? Because it looks really big.
It does, yeah.
Right? And I'm very, very concerned about what Trudy said about what it looked like. Who's shoving that? Who's shoving that up there?
That
just looks too much to take.
Yeah. Speaking of weird love eggs, Just Stop Oil.
Yeah, yes. What about them?
Let's go back to Just Stop Oil.
Back to that.
Must we?
Well, I think we must, because let's face it,
what
right?
Are you on about now?
So go back to the top of the thread, right?
There she is, look.
There she is, look, right. So she's one of their remanded prisoners, one of their fucking idiots who got on the gantries of the M25, right?
That's not Louise.
That's not Louise. But this one drove from Swansea. Well, I can only assume she drove, because how else did she get from Swansea to the fucking M25? Anyway. Anyway, she's remanded in custody and she's put herself on hunger strike. And, you know, my wife did respond to Just Stop Oil with big capital letters and said, somebody get her some chicken wings. But a Just Stop Oil supporter who went on hunger strike to demand that the government end new oil and gas has been unexpectedly moved to the hospital wing. Prison staff became increasingly concerned for their health. So is this? Are we to assume that this one is one of the non-binaries? Is one of the alphabet people? Is that what we're going with here? Because it looks like a young lady to me. But anyhow, do you want to read us through the rest of the thread, Adam? Because quite frankly, it's so small I can't see it.
Yeah. Okay. Tez Burns, they them, a 34-year-old bicycle.
Oh, they gave you the pronouns.
They did. Was remanded to Bronzefield Prison on Friday 11th of November after being arrested for taking part in the actions to disrupt the M25 motorway by climbing onto the overhead gantries.
Fucking idiot.
They started an immediate hunger strike, which resulted in rapid weight loss and low blood sugar levels. Tez was among a total of 65 people arrested as a result of the 4 consecutive days of actions by Just Stop Oil on the M25 last week.
And what are we supposed to? Are we supposed to feel sorry for them? Her.
Ted, speaking from prison, said, I'm not prepared to stand by watch while everything I love is destroyed.
Hold on a minute. See the low blood sugar thing? Well, you're going to get that, right, when you stop eating. But you know what? Your body's a fantastic fucking tool. And about 2 hours into it, unless you're a diabetic, right, about 2 hours into it, your body's going to go, hold on, we've got low blood sugar, we'll fix this. And they'll start burning fat and make ketones, and then their blood sugar will level out and you'll be fine for the rest of the fucking strike. So it's a temporary thing. It's called the keto flu, and it goes away very quickly. It lasts about a day and a half.
And the thing is, right, they've only moved her things, easy, whatever, to the hospital wing because they need to do this kind of monitoring. And if they don't, they'll be seen as being harsh, horrible, breaching human rights. But the ideal solution here is chicken wings, a bit of beef. Bring the iron up quite nicely. Then maybe some veggies. I know that she's probably a vegan, right? But let's get her fed. Come on, let's get her fed. Shall we start a campaign? Feed Just Stop Oil. Because let's face it, right? Listen here. Let's remove the ones who are currently in prison from the scenario completely for the minute. Have you seen the state of them? They all look like they need a meal. They're all middle class. They've clearly got money for a meal, but they need a meal.
Hold on a minute. I've got to ask a question here of Vaughn, right? Because he said that was Vaughn, isn't it? That said, "Don't be nasty. LBS is a serious matter. That's why I always carry an emergency Milky Way now."
I like an emergency Milky Way, to be fair.
Well, right. So we have to clarify a point here. Are you a diabetic? Right? If you're a diabetic, then that's a completely different situation. But there's nothing in her bio or the news story that says she's a diabetic. So low blood sugar is a temporary problem that is caused every time you feel hungry in a normal functioning body, right? If you're a diabetic, it's different, right? And then we can address that in a completely different, different program. But low blood sugar in a normal functioning human body is not something you need to be concerned about, and you certainly don't need to give it any sugar, because the one thing your body can function perfectly well without, and for a considerable time, in fact forever, is carbohydrate. You do not ever need to eat sugar to stay alive, because your body can make as much glucose as it needs.
Not everybody can.
Yeah, if you're a fucking diabetic, did you just listen to what I said? Holy fuck, sometimes I fucking wonder who the hell I'm talking to.
You were getting too serious. I thought I needed to lighten the mood. Jesus Christ.
Artifacting Realities put the correct term in the chat there, glucogenesis. Thank you.
Yeah, you make glucose from the other shit that you've got.
Do you know what? He says, not diabetic, but LBS makes me a bit hangry.
Okay, but you know what, mate? You can push through that. You don't need a fucking emergency Milky Way. Normally in Scotland, if you had an emergency Milky Way, we would call you a poof. But I'm not going to say that on this show.
Yeah, I always am surprised whenever these Just Stop Oil protesters get arrested, how difficult they are to identify with.
Ben's lost it. Vaughn will never play with me again on Fortnite.
You're going to play with us after the show, aren't you, Vaughn?
I love this show.
I do. And I love this audience. They're now playing games with us as well.
Yeah, they're making at it. They're winding us up. I like my emergency Milky Way.
And Vaughn,
he's never gonna chug splash me again, and that's not a naughty thing if you know Fortnite speak.
Fucking 60-year-old talking Fortnite speak.
John does love a good chug splash.
I don't feel fucking 60, that's the problem.
Somebody clip that quick.
Chug splash.
We'll get that in the Discord.
And Adam, if you haven't given them it already, can you please give the audience the Discord server?
Yes, I will. I will open up the Discord now, because I haven't got it open.
What, Ben?
I was going to say, after you've done that...
What, Ben? Sorry, go on.
After you've done that, shall we see if the public are in support of Just Stop Oil? And their hunger strike?
Put a pull up on Twitter and ask them... And see if you're not on Twitter, come back. Come back. It's fucking brilliant. It's better It's better than, well, Truth Social was a non-event because it's built on Mastodon, effectively. Yeah. It's a stolen version of Mastodon, and you know what, Donald? If you think I'm lying, sue me.
Well, Mastodon are suing him.
Mm-hmm. It's a stolen version of Mastodon, and it's a piece of shit, right? Mastodon itself isn't great.
No.
Right? It's fine if you want an echo chamber. Great if you want an echo chamber, if you just want to be able to speak amongst your friends.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fantastic. But you can do that already. But all you need to do is start a fucking Discord channel or a, what's it called? What's that other thing? WhatsApp or whatever. There's multiple ways out there of having a community that's closed, right? So Mastodon's just the same. Because
Telegram have done very well, haven't they, out of that?
Yeah, exactly. Telegram as well. That's the same. It's a closed community, and then Gettr's. I don't know. What's Gettr like? Because I keep forgetting to go, and I keep fucking missing Ed. And so I have invited, and he has joined us on our Discord server. So Ed's on Discord. So at least one of us will be able to fucking see him now when he messages.
Yeah.
Because I used to keep forgetting to look at Gettr because there's nothing compelling on it to drive me there. Whereas I'm on Twitter every day.
I was going to say that one of us will probably be Adam. And then we'll have a message from Adam going, Ed wants you.
Yeah.
And we'll go, right. Artifacting Reality says, I have 74 Gettr followers. It's a slow burn. I think I have about 2,500 Gettr followers. Don't ask me how.
Thank you, Trudy. Right, you have about 2,500. Right, hold on a minute. Somebody in the Artifacting Reality says, pull up the woman who threw a golf. I think he means through, which is THREW, not through as in through a hole. Right, so through a golf club.
What are we now, the fucking grammar police?
No, but words are important. You should know that, working in a medium that is mainly word.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we have visuals, but the important stuff comes in words. It's language. And if you want to be a connoisseur of your language, if you want to tell people the truth, you need to be able to enunciate and get your point across properly, don't you?
I've got fake teeth. Sometimes I can't.
Fake teeth. Yeah. I know that. And T and H are a particularly difficult hill for you to climb, mate. But you know, I'm not gonna mock that much. Anyway, moving on. What's his name? Artifacting Rally says, pull up the fucking woman who flung a golf club over the edge of the Grand Canyon. Now, hold on a minute, because people go down the Grand Canyon and mule trains and things and hikers and things, and then come back up. Sometimes they die because there is no water. There's no water between the top and the bottom, right?
Right.
So if you start at the top and you don't have enough water to get to the bottom, you're fucked.
Right.
If you run out. Because remember, you could easily, and it depends how fat you are, right? And when I say fat, I don't use it in a derogatory term. I use it in the sense that fat is nothing but stored food, which is really what it is, because your body has stored food for use in lean times when you don't have access to food. So if you've got a lot of stored food, you can easily keep going for 6 months, 9 months, a year or more. And that's been done. People have fasted for more than a year. And I can show you documentary evidence by the medical profession, and the guy had no problems doing it and no issues whatsoever in staying off food for an entire year. He did nothing but water and vitamins. That's the important part. You need to keep your electrolytes up. But water and vitamins, and that's what he did for more than a year and lost well over 16 stone, right? So, but if you don't have any water, I think you've got, maximum 3 days if you don't have water. Yeah?
Yeah, Trudy's just called herself fat in the chat. Trudy, I know what you look like, and if you're fat, then I must be fucking stomping around New York City, just been summoned by Gozer. Right?
Gozer was quite hot though, wasn't she?
Oh, did you see the
Well, you see, it
new
was
one.
the 80s, right? It was the 80s, and when you look at her, and remember when Bill Murray turned around and goes, "Okay, my girlfriend's a dog," but Gozer, I thought Gozer was quite hot, but then when I look back on it,
do you
I'm
know
like,
what? No, John. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I see it. I see it.
Thank you, Ben.
It's like Angelica Houston when she was Morticia Adams. You were like, yeah, and then when she wasn't Morticia Adams, you were like, no. But there was just something alluring about Morticia Adams, I thought.
Yeah. Gozer was all right. She had a good figure. I mean, she had 80s hair, but didn't we all?
But did you see Afterlife? Did you see Ghostbusters Afterlife? Because Gozer's back.
I did see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I enjoyed it.
Yes, it wasn't too bad from my perspective. Who was Gozer, though?
I don't know who the actor or actress was. It wasn't her. It was somebody else, and not at all hot.
Oh, I don't know about that. Let me just have a look.
Because that's not Gozer in Afterlife.
No,
that's
it's
Gozer
not.
from
No,
the original.
it's not. That's the original Gozer. Yeah.
I remember being in New York City in a theatre on Times Square watching Ghostbusters 2. And see when the fucking Marshmallow Man came down the street.
It was the Statue of Liberty.
It was Olivia Wilde.
Was it Olivia Wilde who played Gozer this time round?
Really?
Jesus
Anyway,
Christ!
I thought she is quite hot, is she not?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
But anyway, when the Statue of Liberty came down the street, it was as if they were walking down the fucking street outside the theatre because the whole theatre was like rumbling. It was really well done. I liked it. It was, and you American audiences, being American audiences, you think you're at a fucking live show.
Yeah. No, I've always loved the cinema experience in America. I remember seeing Toy Story 2. I was a kid, but in that scene where they make, when they finally get off the plane and onto Bullseye, the entire cinema erupted cheering. And you just don't get that kind of experience here in the United Kingdom.
Although it was close, and I'm going back to Air here, right? If Trudy's still here. But I'm going back to Air, right? Because I went to see Rocky 3 with my brother, and we got the last 2 seats in the cinema in the Odeon in Burn Statue Square in Air, and it was in the circle upstairs, right?
Yep.
And there was only one screen. This cinema now has, I think, 4 or 5 screens, maybe 6. Okay, but at that point, the same footprint, the cinema had one screen. It had 2 floors. You had the stalls downstairs and the circle upstairs, and we got the last 2 seats in the circle, and we watched this, and it was like being at a live boxing match while he was fucking taking on Apollo Creed. It was fucking amazing. The whole atmosphere was electrifying, but then again, it was the 80s, and actually going back in time again to Burn Statue Square in Air, when we watched Mad Max, the original. Have you ever seen Mad Max?
Of course I have, yeah.
Fucking tremendous. With Mel Gibson, the first one. Tremendous movie. Well, can you imagine being an 18 or 19-year-old guy watching that and then coming out the cinema and jumping on your bike that's sitting outside the cinema with your 30 other mates who are all fucking on the same, all on their bikes?
Did you just want to turn Air into an apocalyptic wasteland and just go?
I think we did. I really think we did.
I'll tell you what. Going back to what we were talking about, that's Olivia Wilde on the screen there, right?
Yeah.
And that's who played.
She is quite hot.
And she did it. She did a very good job at not being hot in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
The Bobby Jones. Sorry, Trudy.
Anyhow, one thing I think they did very respectfully in that film actually was Egon. Obviously because Harold Ramis is dead. So what they did was they used the actor Bob Gunton on set to play, and he's quite a famous actor himself, right?
Yeah.
But they used him on set to play Egon, and then they used this fantastic digital technology over his face. It's probably the best digital recreation I've ever seen, actually. And I just thought it was done very tactfully. I thought it was done very sensitively as well. Because you could have just not. They could have left it alone because the man's dead. But I think that they approached it in the right way. He didn't speak.
Red Letter guys really ripped into that. They didn't think that was a good thing.
I thought it was good. I thought it was very good.
I liked it. I didn't think it was disrespectful. And
I thought it was very respectful.
I liked the way it was done. I thought it was okay, and I think it added to the movie.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just a difference between the English and the Americans.
I am not getting pissed off, Trudy. I had a bit of a shooting pain through my head a minute ago, so I kind of went off track.
No, he's not. He's not getting pissed off. No. I could tell you. I would tell you if he was getting pissed off. He's not. He's fucking loving this.
I am. We're actually getting to talk about Ghostbusters and geeky things and nerdy things. This is my wheelhouse, baby. This is where I am. Right? I love all this shit, and that's why we have the second channel, and that's why we do things over on the second channel. And if you're not subscribed over there, 100, the number 100, Acre Swamp, then why the fuck not? Get over there. Why
not? Get on there, baby.
We might as well tell them what we've recorded. We haven't put it out yet, but we'll give them a little overview of. We won't tell them what movies we've watched, but I'll tell you now.
Why would you not tell them the movies? Tell them the movies.
So we watched a movie called Devil's Pass. That was also
cool. And I'm really fucking disappointed here in Adam because he couldn't make it. He was ill, right? Yeah. So he couldn't make it to this movie, and this was right up. This was right in his wheelhouse. It should have been, but I picked this one, right? And it was so awful, bad. Awful movie.
It was so bad.
And that was the whole idea. It was meant to be an awful movie, but it was an awful movie on so many levels that it might have been a good movie.
It was, and then what did we watch, John?
Well, then, right. So
what did we watch next, John?
We tried to watch movies that Ben has suggested, but each one of them wasn't available in this country without paying for it. And we do love you people, right? But we can't afford to pay for movies that we're going to review because we're trying to keep the fucking lights on, so we can't really go out and spend I know it sounds trivial, but we can't afford to spend £3 or £4 on a movie, right? So we eventually ended up with Redcon 1. And there were some particularly good actors in that.
There were, John, weren't there? Yeah. There were some particularly good bit parts in that movie, wasn't there, John?
It's the first time I've ever watched the whole movie, to be fair.
He's in it. Wow. He's in it.
Yeah, I am in it. Just a little bit.
He's in it.
I am in it.
What a pile of shit. I
think I played my part quite well.
I don't think I want to say any more because there's some cracking things that were said during those things that we have filmed, and I don't think I want to spoil that for you. Yeah, but that's coming out.
It's worth watching.
It is. People. It's definitely worth watching. So go over to 100 Acre Swamp and subscribe, because I'm telling you that first we're going to do this a lot, by the way. We're going to do more stuff like this, and that first episode is coming out in the coming days. We can't give you a timeline yet because unfortunately there are only two of us here doing most of this, and Adam does a lot as well, but all of the heavy editing and all of that gets done, and then we have to work that around the other shows and things like that. So it will come out, and hopefully if we can actually turn this into some kind of actual business, we could pay someone to do that editing for us, and that means we could do more, we could perform more, because you know what, this is what I love. I love just performing, talking to people, laughing, joking, trying to make them laugh, trying to make you laugh. Adam, I love you.
You always make me laugh, Ben.
See, I am the master and chief. That is my title.
There was a couple of things on Twitter that are in the news that I thought was worth talking about.
Well, we've only got 25 minutes, so pick some and let's have a laugh.
I've got one, a rather negative one, just before we go any further.
Yeah, go on.
But it's kind of funny in a way.
Bring the mood down.
Ireland have asked the members of the Russian embassy in Dublin to leave.
Would you please leave the embassy?
I mean, this is Southern Ireland, isn't it? And they've kicked out the Russians.
Look, you Russian bastards. We don't like you.
Anyway, I thought that's quite amusing. But there we go.
Good night, someone73. Thank you for being here.
Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. We love you.
We do.
That's an early start, Manchester.
I don't... I really don't... Where are they going? Are they going away?
Well, they must be going back to Russia.
No, I meant someone 7373.
She's going to bed.
Oh, she's just going to bed? I thought you said it was an early start.
Yeah, she's got a 6 a.m. Manchester airport run. It's right there in the chat, you twat.
Well, yeah, I can't see that. I don't know what's going on with my twat, but where's she going? Where's she going?
She's going, where are you going, someone? You going somewhere nice? You going to Ireland?
Are you going on holiday? Is it work or
she might already be gone, John.
Yeah, you've left me wanting, and that's the kind of thing we want to do to you, not you to us. You bastards.
Ah, you fucking bastard.
You fucking bastards. Right, anyway, back to these Irish twats. What the fuck are you thinking? Why would you do that? Because, you know what? There's a war going on, allegedly, between... Well, it's not a movie. It's not Wag the Dog. It's not a movie. It's not a green screen extravaganza. It's not an actor that's the president of one country. It's not a movie, right?
No,
it's a war,
not.
right? So there's a war going on. So you don't want to fucking talk to the people that are on one side of the war, but you'll talk to the others. Why? How are you going to solve something if you won't talk to both parties?
Because it's not a war, John, it's an invasion.
No, it's not an invasion, right? So how are you going to solve something if you won't talk to both parties? That's the bit that pisses me off, right?
Do you know what? I need to address the chat because, Trudy, I would like a mint cornetto. Yes, please.
Oh. Well, is she still here?
Trudy is. Yeah.
What's she doing?
She said, anyone want a mint cornetto? Trudy asked, does anyone want a mint cornetto?
She said she's going to bed. Oh,
but that's someone. Someone's going to bed, not Trudy.
Trudy? Well, no. Oh, Trudy said night someone. Right, okay.
But I'm sorry to kill your thunder there.
Mint cornetto? I tell you what, I'll pass. I'll pass on the mint cornetto. I'm not a great fan of mint.
Give me his. I'll take two. I'll take two.
But anyway... So what? Why would you not talk to the people that are involved in the conflict? Why would you not try and resolve the problem? So Ireland, you're part of the problem.
Russian man
you're
bad.
Part of the problem, Ireland.
Shut up, John. We're not part of the problem. Russian man bad.
No, yeah, you are.
No.
Putin! Who said that?
I don't know.
But yeah, that's the problem. You can't exclude. You can't, and it's like G20. You can't exclude Russia because they're part of the fucking world.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you can ignore them if you want, but it's going to bite you in the ass. You cannot fucking exclude a country from the G20 when they're part of the G20. So you're now the G19, right? So you've gone back to your teenage years. But apart from that, you can't exclude a country just because you don't like what they've done. You've got to talk to them. You're supposed to be adults, for fuck's sake.
Perhaps Ireland are planning to invade.
With their potato guns.
John, listen here, John.
No, who the fuck are you? Who you meant to be? You're gonna have to. I know you, right? And I'm not being a dick here, but you're pretty good at some impressions, Bennett, and in others you're lost it.
I'm awful,
who you're trying to be, because I'm thinking...
Not anybody in particular.
Actually, now that I've had the time of thinking, maybe, are you going for the, like, what's that guy, Liam Neeson?
I could do that. I don't know who you are.
That's not bad. That's not bad, right?
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. Okay, I'll let you away with that one.
What I do have is a very specific set of skills.
I like that. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah,
Skills that I have acquired over a very long time.
yeah. What was that movie that I watched? That. Do you remember the guy that was? Did you watch that, Adam? The movie where the guy was an ex. He was an ex like CIA operative or something. And he retired, and then he'd lived a lie his whole life, and his wife didn't know where he. And he was on a
Nobody.
Nobody. That was a fucking brilliant movie.
The fight scene on the bus.
There was, I mean, and let's be honest, the actors were nobodies.
Mm.
And it was a brilliant, brilliant movie. I would watch that again. No, it wasn't. Fucking hell, Trudy.
Fucking hell.
That's tremendous.
I think we need to get Trudy on camera, don't we?
I think so. I
think Trudy needs to come on. She needs to come on as a special guest. I'm out of drink. What the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to have to go and get more drink.
Go on then. Go on then. We've got 18 minutes left of the show.
True lies.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
Such an innocent, isn't he? He's such an innocent.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Adam, what have we got here then?
Well, this is another story from the BBC, who seem to be putting out these crazy stories at the moment.
Yeah.
Foie gras has been banned at royal residences on orders of the king.
Why?
Because he's had pressure from the animal rights groups who don't like the idea of shoving things into goose's behinds, I suppose. That's how you make foie gras, isn't it?
I have no idea. Like not going to lie. No idea.
It's something rather nasty, isn't it?
And it sounds like something I wouldn't care to eat anyway.
No, it's
right?
A bit gross. It was, look, PETA campaign group that foie gras was not bought or served in royal residences.
Now, I want anybody watching this here to do a bit of homework, right? I've set you some homework. I'm going to set you all some homework. I'm going to put myself big screen for this. So, PETA, the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, are a charity, right? They're a charity that talk about the ethical treatment of animals. In fact, they do some pretty shady things, or people do some pretty shady things on their behalf at times. But I want you to go and watch a show called Penn and Teller's Bullshit. So, Penn and Teller are magicians in Las Vegas, but they also did a show. I think they did like 5 or 6 seasons of the show. It's called Bullshit, where they literally call bullshit. And you go and watch their episode of Bullshit on PETA, on People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. I mean, I will tell you, one of the main takeaways from it is that PETA kill animals. They euthanize animals on a large scale. I'm talking hundreds, sometimes thousands a year. They kill them. And often, perfectly healthy animals. You just got nowhere to put them. They euthanize them. These people are full of shit. They're absolutely full of shit. Most of these charities, in some way, will be full of shit. So, these people putting pressure on you, just tell them to fuck off. It's the only way to deal with them. It really, really is. But Penn and Teller's Bullshit. Go and watch the episode about PETA. That is your homework, and I expect you to have done it by next Friday at 9 PM UK time. Whew. And John's back. And also, if anybody's got the game Fortnite, go and add Chasing Dissent on Fortnite, or JaiPoz, JAIPOZZ, or Adam, are you ACM Tix?
Yeah, I am.
Go and add us as friends on Fortnite and play some games with us. I'm going to try and play for an hour or so after the show. John, I don't think is going to make it because he is getting increasingly inebriated. And although I will say this, John is better at it when he's drunk.
Oh, it was quite good when I was drunk, wasn't it?
Yeah, you are better at it. You are better at it. And Adam is just an absolute trooper. You're an absolute trooper. We used to call ourselves the world's worst gamers. However,
we win all the fucking
we
time.
win a lot, so we can't really call ourselves that anymore.
Yeah, there's children all over the country running away screaming.
We
kill them.
I'm sorry to see that, Trudy. I really am. I can't even speak to how hard it must be for you. But I don't really know what I can say, so I'm sorry about that.
Sometimes there isn't anything you can say, and it's just a question of you've got to go on, and all you can do is you can honor those people in your own head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I say, sometimes saying nothing might even be better, because I know when I've been grieving, I just want people to leave me alone and stop saying these things. But that's just me. I just don't know. I don't know how to speak to these situations. I really don't, and I apologise for that. And it might be autism. I don't know. But we will play a match in his honour.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on, and I'm not being a cunt, but
no,
just because I think Trudy's all right just now, and we want to keep the mood up. And where were we? What were we before I?
Well, I just told everybody to go and watch the show. I gave them some homework, John.
Yeah, you know what? It's like I don't understand. And if I'm wrong, please tell me, right? Because I think I watch things like Joe Rogan. I've listened to things like No Agenda and with Mark Curry and John Dvorak, and they're fucking brilliant. Joe Rogan's good.
Yeah.
The Mark Curry and John Dvorak are brilliant on No Agenda. Steve Crowder's pretty damn good. I prefer Dave, right? But I think he's so funny. But I mean, the whole thing is really well done. And you introduced me to that Count Dankula guy, and he's well done, although he has nobody to play off.
Tim Pool, I don't get.
Tim Pool doesn't float my boat, right? And then there are others. There are other people that try and do this kind of thing, and I mean, even people like even people in our own sphere like UNN, and I find them a bit. Sometimes I find them a bit. I just don't like the style, but that's just. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what they do. What I'm saying is I don't like that style.
Yeah.
Right. But when I look at them and I look at us, and you know what, Joe Rogan's fucking boring.
Well, yeah.
Joe Rogan's not exciting.
No,
he doesn't bring out the best in people.
No.
By his fucking slow, drawn out, I'm so laid back and smoke weed delivery that I'm brilliant persona, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't bring. I don't think that brings out the best in people, and it doesn't float my boat.
Right.
Crowder's good, right?
Right.
Crowder's good, but Joe Rogan I find boring. Yet these people have. I mean, they have the advantage in that they were famous before they tried to do what they did, and that's the bit that pisses me off, because we get like 50 views and they get like 50 million views, and it's like
you're trying to say we are better than what we get.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not fair, right? But what I'd like to see is if we had a level playing field, how good we would actually do, because I think we're fucking good. And that might sound like a dick talking, right? But I think we give you good value. You know, I think we give you a good time.
Yeah.
You know, I might be wrong. I might well be wrong. But if you think I'm wrong, come back at me and say, no, your show's mediocre. Your show's great. Your show's shit.
Yeah.
Your show could be improved by doing this. You know, if you're going to come back at me, though, give me some fucking constructive criticism. Yeah. But, and if you think it's good, that's fine. You know, come back and say, yeah, no, we love what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing, because that's good as well. So validation helps. And not that we're seeking it, but it helps, right, to keep going. But, you know, when you get 50, 60, 70 views, and then you see these other guys getting fucking hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, you think, why aren't we getting that? And yeah, I know there is a whole thing around algorithms and things, but we're starting to crack it, because we had a short that went viral. Well, not viral, but it
did over 100,000, didn't it?
It did over 100,000 views on YouTube, which is unusual, because we've never hit anything above that before.
That was whilst we were filming the bad movies as well, and we kept having to pause the movie and go, "Oh my god, it's gone up another 10,000! We got up another 10,000!" Yeah,
it was quite exciting to see, because we've never had anything go like that before.
It was very exciting to see. And do you know what? We've had 12 people watching this on Rumble, and actually rumble.com / I don't know the link at the moment because it has changed, my apologies, but go and find Chasing Dissent on Rumble if you are over there. We've had a few people watching this show over there, and I tell you what, we did gangbusters over there for the midterms. They loved that show over on Rumble.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. So we're live on Rumble right now.
Go and have a look. I mean, most of you people won't have seen our interview with Mark Changizi, which was at the start of the midterm show. So go and have a look at that, because we put it up as a separate video, because Mark Changizi is a really smart guy, and he's worth listening to. Yeah. And for some reason, he seems to like us, because he's now been in our show, is that 4 or 5 times?
I tell you what, that Mark Changizi interview has got 30 rumbles over on Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Changizi is a good guy, so it's worth looking at him.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what? We'd love to have more people on. We do like talking to people. We like interviewing people. We like having guests. In fact, we used to do it a lot, but it's kind of dried up. I will say that. People, it might be because of how many views we get on the show. I don't know, but it's kind of dried up, and that's sad.
Well, it's hard to get people on, but we do have a couple of big hitters burning in the background.
Yes, we do.
So, but it is hard to get people on the show, and you know what? And sometimes maybe I'm too honest, because when I approach them, sometimes I say things like, you know, it might give us a break rather than you, because you're already a celebrity. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but yeah, I'm trying to be honest with them, because I would think most of these people don't have honesty when people approach them, you know. And we're not paying for people to come on the show.
Absolutely not.
You that.
Absolutely
not doing that.
Well, I mean, we don't get any. We look. We do not make anything that could constitute even a day's wage a month from this show.
Changizi is spelled Changizi. Changizi.
But yeah, so we don't even make enough to constitute a day's wage, right?
No.
So we couldn't pay anybody even if we wanted to. It's as simple as that. We want to talk to people who want to talk, and I'm not just talking about, you know, boring mainstream media type question and answer interviews. We don't do that. We might have a little bit of a couple of things we might want to ask about, but otherwise, 1 hour, 2 hour, long form, uncensored conversation, shoot the shit, laugh, especially, and make them feel comfortable. And it's the type of conversation that Joe Rogan tries, but I don't think he does it like we do.
Yeah, that's the difference. So when we have people on, we have a conversation with them, right? We don't try and be a dick.
No.
Because if you look at people like especially, Christian Guru-Murthy?
Oh.
When he tries to interview people, he's a dick.
Yeah.
He's really a dick when he tries to do that. I mean, he did it with, remember Robert Downey Jr. walked off his show?
He walked off, yeah.
Fucking, what's his name? Oh, God. Oh, Reservoir Dogs guy, Quentin Tarantino. He went ballistic on him.
Yes.
Yeah, he flung him off as well. So, the guy's a dick.
Yeah, he is
Don't
a
be
dick. And do you know what? We can approach things that we might not like about someone, or we might not like something they've done, but we'll approach it in the most candid way possible.
Right. Yeah, we'll ask them about it.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to talk about it, we're not going to fucking shove it down their throat. But by the same token, we're not going to ask them. So don't think we're going to wimp out. But we're not going to be dicks about it. And that's the difference, because you can have a good conversation with people and not agree on something.
Absolutely.
If you're not a dick.
Absolutely. I mean, me and John don't agree on a lot of stuff. Right?
Here's something you won't agree with.
Go on.
This is from Martin Lewis, today's Friday Twitter poll. If you had to pick one of these tech billionaires to be UK Prime Minister, which would be your favourite? Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, or Jeff Bezos?
I've got my answer right there.
None of the above?
None of the above.
None of the above.
Why the fuck would I expect any of them to do any better than the fuckwits that are already in power?
Who do you think is the most popular?
Elon.
Oh, it's going to be Elon.
It's no.
Surely.
There's no question.
No, hold on. It's fucking Bill Gates, isn't it?
Well, let's see. Click it.
It's Bill Gates.
Vote
okay,
for
I'm
one
going to
of
vote
them.
for Elon. There we go.
It's going to be Bill Gates.
There we go.
Oh my god! It's Bill Gates out by a fucking country mile.
68.7%.
Fucking called it! I called it!
Well,
Because they are fucking bad.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Martin Lewis's follower base appears to be quite stupid. just saying it as I see. Remember that? Oh, remember that show? Fucking catchphrase.
Hold on.
Say what you see. Roy Walker.
Hold on. Martin Lewis's follower base are probably the better end of the spectrum when it comes to the fucking sheep.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
I you know what? I might sound like a dick again, but I fucking called it, and that's exactly how the sheep behave.
And with that, I'm going to start wrapping this down, because we do love you. By the way, we love each and every single one of you.
I've had a great time tonight.
I've had a great time tonight.
I can't believe that's 2 hours. I can't believe it. I want to go. I want to go more.
Well, if you want to continue. If you want to continue shooting the shit with us, you can do so by coming and finding us on Fortnite. We'll be there for a little bit. Well, I will. I think, Adam, are you going to join me?
I will do.
John, are you going to try?
I might.
So before you do so, you can see, thank you, Trudy. One of these balls will be nicely fondled for you and placed upon the tree of representation. But if you would also like to sponsor a ball, you can do so by chucking a donation through to paypal.me/wheeliebricks. Send a message, tell me what you want upon the ball, and it will go upon the tree. Sponsor my balls, and this is year 2 of sponsor my balls as well. It was semi-successful last year, and
I think I'm going to announce a sponsor my balls thing as well, right?
Right.
But I'm not going to use a ball.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little tree-shaped icon of, not tree-shaped, an icon of my van to be sponsored, because the van is in the doctors right now.
It's been there for a while as well. It's been there for a while.
And while it's not looking terminal, it does need some attention. So I think what I might do is make some ornaments that represent the van. And if should you wish to sponsor the van, I will send you a Christmas tree ornament of the van. How does that sound?
Sounds like a better deal than my fucking balls, John.
Sorry. Do you want me to run it next year, and then I'll fucking go a whole year without my van?
Just fucking, there he goes, right? 2nd year of sponsor my balls. And there he goes. Look, there.
I wonder if anyone else comes up with this level of originality. Let's have a look.
Of course they fucking do. They all sell mugs. Well, Belfield sells mugs. Crowder sells mugs.
Belfield don't sell anything right now.
I'm not going to give you a mug. Why would I give you a mug? What have you? When have you? And I'll be honest. On this show,
Where's he
how
gone?
many times have you seen me drink out a mug? No, I said me. How many times have you seen me drink out a mug?
Adam's got branded mugs, ladies and gentlemen. He's got branded mugs.
A branded mug.
Trudy says, Adam, what do you want us to sponsor?
He doesn't need sponsorship.
He's got money.
I'm good.
He's got money.
He's all right. He's loaded. He's fucking loaded. He's where I was at this time 2 years ago.
When they come knocking at the door, that's when I'll be asking for the cash.
Yeah.
When they...
Yeah, you know what, mate? Enjoy it while you can because it's transitory.
And also, if you just want to become a full-time sponsor of the show, then you can do so at patreon.com/Chasing Dissent or put out a subscription on Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent and help us grow. But the best thing you can do...
Remember, our preferred method is Ko-fi because that doesn't take a cut at the moment.
Well, exactly right. But the best thing you can do for us at the moment is like the stream, like the show, and share it. Hit that share button. Send it out onto your social media. Let people know that you've actually had a good time over here, that you've enjoyed it, and let people know about all of the other stuff we do, right? We're on live to you at least 5 days a bloody week.
Evangelize us, baby.
Join the Discord. The Discord is the best place to capture all of our information.
Gary Lineker's even got his own theme tune. Black Gary's Gaffer the Week. Black Gary's Gaffer the Week.
Did you see what Black Gary did today? That's him leaving for Qatar, right? That's him just leaving today. And his brother tweeted a picture, well, not a picture, but a video of him going out to his car, right? And so Gary's going out to his car, and his brother George, what's Gary's? Lineker. George Lineker tweets, "Gary's off," and he's bringing it home, and they said that in the video and all that. And someone replied to them going, "Is he there? I can't see him. It's so dark." Because he's Black Gary.
It's Black Gary and his Gaffer the Week. And his Gaffer the Week. Oh, Black Gary.
And with that, I'd like to thank you, one and all, for attending this, our special Chasing Dissent Live, all in, only on a Friday night with John, Ben, and Adam.
Yes, the man behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz, the guy hiding all of the time, the one that keeps us on the straight and narrow. This is the only time you get to see him, and he loves you, and we love him.
And we love you. And it's been great. For you.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Adam.
Goodbye.
Christmas, all the Christmas trees on fire. Santa's holding the lighter. My parents are both liars. I got gifts but one subscribers. Thanks for the candy basket. Oh God, another jacket. My stocking's filled with acid. Am I dreaming? What just happened?